Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Noctowl. Noctowl as the closer on this very balanced team for the Great League. Noctowl is so good, it performs beautifully no matter where you have it, whether you lead with it, safe swap it, or close with it, it performs amazingly. And we are closing with it because there are a lot of Swamperts, Trevenants, and others lurking in the back on most teams. And also on this team, we've got Sableye on the safe swap. In my opinion, still the best safe swap you could possibly run in the Open Great League. There's all this hysteria that Sableye is no longer a good safe swap. I think that is all malarkey. Were you saying that when Licky Tongue was running rampant? No. And Noctowl has basically just replaced Licky Tongue. Not much has changed. And also on this team, completing a very strong team that I had a lot of success with today. Lanturn on the lead. One of the better generalists in the entire Great League. You just have to protect it from the grass types, most notably Trevenant, which we have adequate, actually amazing protection from Trevenant in the back on this team. This team was absolutely putting in the work this morning. I had quite a bit of success with it, and here we go. Stunfisk on the lead. This is why I don't mind Lanturn, guys, because Lanturn can actually do quite well against Stunfisk. It is very close, very narrow. Lanturn can hit this thing for super effective damage. Gonna shield up the EQ. They usually go right for that, looking to get an early advantage, winning lead. It would not KO, but it would allow them to farm down. So we shield, and they shield our Surf, making a play into an aggressive, or making an aggressive play into a Lanturn. It might be an aggressive Lanturn. We don't know just yet. Gonna chip this and go into Sableye here. And we will tank the Thunderbolt. Don't want to give them an early shield advantage here, and there's no need to shield the first move from a Lanturn. We tank that quite comfortably, and gonna look to CMP tie them to a potential Surf here, and it looks like that is what occurred. And this foul play should KO Lanturn. As bulky as it is, it does KO, and Sableye has flip switch, allowing us to control the alignment here. They make a play into a Noctowl of their own, revealing their third. So that is precious intel that we can now strategize against here, or use to strategize against our opponent. We are going to make it to the back-to-back. If you know that you can make it to two moves, you go for the back-to-back. And at that health range, I knew that we were going to be able to do that. And Sableye has put in work on its boogeyman. That people seem to think Noctowl, getting it quite low. And we threw our own Noctowl in expecting a blind throw, and that worked out beautifully. You love to see it. Another reason why, not only were we expecting a blind throw, but we don't want Noctowl on a healthy Stunfisk right here, so we wanted to preserve Lanturn to come back in and either pressure shields or health on the Stunfisk. I think we'll be able to accomplish both. As we see, they do shield, and they went for EQ right off the bat in the opening. I'm thinking maybe they will, but they don't. They bait, which is unfortunate, but all we need to do really is get off a Surf. It does considerable super effective damage, essentially putting the G-Fisk within Shadow Ball plus Wing Attack range. And this is undoubtedly the Earthquake here, and we are fine with that. Like I said, we just wanted to chip that thing, and we were just a few Wing Attacks off from the Shadow Ball. Gonna throw just shy of the Rock Slide, as we lost CMP in the opening, so I'm not messing around with this game. It's been a little more laggy than usual, so we do throw one shy just in case. And now it is looking like smooth sailing from here. We tank a Sky Attack, no problem, from this opposing Noctowl, and we can fire back with a Sky Attack of our own. Noctowl coming in clutch, saying bye-bye to the opposing Noctowl. And Noctowl, again, doing what it does best, and that is close the game strong on this team. Good game, well played. I had a lot of fun with this team. I was just finding that it was just consistently pulling off win after win. It was beautiful. And here we go. Basti lead. Pretty neutral lead. Lanturn is our dedicated steal counter, along with Sableye as well. Tried to catch a Surf on a Metacham. We make a slight misplay. We should have brought in our Sableye. but this is fine as well. We can do quite all right here up against Medicham. So they safe swapped Medi. They led Basti, safe swapped Medi. Those of you who are loyal viewers of this channel will know that that is the exact precise advice that I gave in my top 5 best teams for the Great League video. This is looking like team number 1. They took some advice, but they did not take the advice on the moveset. They are running a cockamamie moveset on that Medi, running Dynamic Punch, and we take it out. Not sure what else they had cooking up with that Medicham there, so we do elect just to take it out cleanly and control the alignment here. I'm reading Trevenant. Team 1 from my top 5 best teams runs Trevenant and Medicham behind Basti. So we're going to bring in our Lanturn, and there it is, right on cue. The Trevenant in the back. This is confirmed. It is team number 1 from my top 5 best teams for the Great League. And this is looking really good for us. Going to shield up the Shadow Ball. That would have done a metric ton of neutral damage to our Sableye. I'm going to fire right back with a foul play here. If they want to go down with the ship, they will shield, and they do. So this is fine. We don't need a shield advantage for that Bastiodon, so we will shield up this move here and look to farm the Trevenant all the way down, as Sableye, with loaded energy, can really put in work on Basti. I'm not anticipating a shield, as they would likely want to save a shield for a potential super effective Surf from our Lanturn, which is still very healthy, by the way. And they know that, so they can't mess around too much with us. They go Flamethrower. That is interesting. You definitely want to be going Stone Edge in all even or neutral situations, but yeah, I think they just realized it was lights out for them, unfortunately. They do top left. Good game, well played to them. Gotta say, there is just something to be said for tried and true staples of the Great League, and that is exactly what we have on this team. It was amazing, and here we go, another neutral lead. So we're going to swap into Deoxys just to find out if this is a triple counter team, which I have not seen much of, thank goodness. And it's not. It's a Walrein in the back. Holy smokes. Giving me flashbacks to previous seasons before Walrein was nerfed. So going to let this Icicle Spear go and look to get to another foul play and either flip switch here with Sableye or grab a shield advantage. That's the best you can ask for from an amazing safe swap like Sableye. We grab the shield. We're fine with that. They're going to farm us down. That's okay. We can come in with Lanturn, and they're absolutely loaded. Gonna have to shield up an EQ from a Shadow Walrein 100%. There is no reason not to throw an EQ from that health range, and we do successfully shield that, evening up the shields, and they come back in with Deoxys. So that is their best answer to a to a Lanturn, it seems. So we are fine just to play that out. I'm thinking Noctowl can do quite all right up against whatever they may have in the back. If it's a steel type, that would be a bit problematic for us, which it could be, as Deoxys would cover a steel type quite nicely. So we're just going straight Surf here. It's the more energy efficient move. Both moves have stab. Generally, you want to go with the more energy efficient move. It's a Sableye, so this is looking really good for us. Holy smokes. I don't know if they were anticipating a Noctowl in the back, but if you see a Lanturn lead, you probably should. They go return. We tank that all day, no problem from the opposing Sableye. Just going to overload to the back-to-back Sky attacks, just in case they want to go down with the ship and put up a fight and start shielding. They do. So we're firing off Sky Attack number 2 here. It will not KO, but it will allow us to shield once and farm down and have a move ready for that Deoxys that will be left remaining on their team. They will not make it to 2 moves. Going to shield up this move here, and we will get that farm down and leave this matchup with a move stored for that DD. Come in if you dare, DD. We've got something here for you. And they can throw whatever they want. It's lights out for them either way. So, just going to go for the overkill Shadow Ball. Because why not? We say bye-bye to the DD, and Noctowl has done its job on this team, and that has closed the game strong yet again. Good game, well played to them. Oh, this is a climbing team for sure, my friends. If you want to climb in Pokemon Go Battle League, you might want to really consider this team right here. And here we go. Lanturn mirror match on the lead. My Lanturn is a rank 1 Lanturn, so whenever I'm met with a mirror matchup, I know that there's a good chance that I will be losing CMP. So I usually just go for the extra, and you have to kind of stay in here and at the very least get the Lanturn within a manageable health range. And you just go straight Thunderbolt in this matchup, and if they get low enough, you can get off a Surf as well. Just going to let this go and soft lose lead up against this opposing Lanturn. It will not KO, and we will throw our Thunderbolt. They were anticipating that. They make a catch onto a Sableye. Beautiful catch by them, beautiful anticipation, and we had just the answer to this. Sableye lurking in the back, coming in the form of Noctowl. So they led Lanturn, they safe swapped Sableye. I know that King recently featured a team with Lanturn double Ghost, so that's what I'm reading right here, guys. And if that is the case, the second Ghost type should be a Trevenant, and if that is the case, it is Nighty-Night Sleep Tight for our opponent. And we will not stay in here. Switch timer is up. We are going to pivot into Sableye just as fast as we can. Reading the team as Lanturn, Sableye, Trevenant. And they're staying in. Holy smokes. So now I'm 99.999% sure there's a Trev in the back. Gonna let this go. And just preserve the shields for Noctowl. Throw on the CMP to the second Surf here. And not sure what they're going to want to do here. I'm thinking there's a Trev in the back, and it is, Nighty-Night Sleep Tight. Lights out for them, unfortunately. So, guys, yeah, this team puts in the work. It was so strong in the Great League. I had a blast with it. Good game, well played to them. Noctowl and Lanturn, easily the best or second best core in the entire Great League. You pair that with the best safe swap, you're gonna get some wins in the Great League. And here we go. Beautiful lead. We had a Pelipper. They make a play in the G-Fisk. So in terms of team reading, I know Pelipper double steal is coming back into fashion in the Open Great League. It's a very old and classic team comp Pelipper double steal. It's generally G-Fisk, which we see here, and a Registeel. So that's what we're playing with in mind. And we do shield up that EQ. That was a massive shield right there. And we're staying in, as you can see here. So what we need to do is take out this G-Fisk and win swap here, which is why we're ripping off these super effective Surfs just as fast as we can, so that we can align our Pelipper onto, so that we can align our Noctowl onto their Pelipper and our Sableye on the second Steel type that may potentially be in the back. That's what we're reading here. And this is not an EQ. I don't know why they're throwing Rock Slide. They would have definitely made it to another EQ, but they likely don't want to give up that final shield. That's likely what's going on here. And we are at back-to-back Surfs, so they're likely going to let this go, seeing that they just went for the Rock Slide chip damage. And it's a Trevenant, so it's not double steal, so this is even better. We pivoted out because we wanted to preserve health on our Lanturn, seeing that Trevenant there, knowing that even from that health range, Lanturn would still be able to put in work on that Pelipper. And we are just pressuring shields and health on this poor Pelipper. I feel bad because our poor opponent is likely not knowing that we have a Noctowl in the back. This is over for our opponent, unfortunately. And they go Blizzard. Holy smokes. I was thinking they were just overloading on energy. My goodness, that Pelipper was running Blizzard. Holy smokes. So we knew that they would not make it to another move, so we just bring in Noctowl to get ahead on energy, and we all know the story between Trev and Noctowl. It does not go well for Trevenant. Let's just say. They just throw the BM Shadow Ball, recognizing that it was lights out, and we will fire right back with a Shadow Ball of our own, taking out the Trevenant with ease, I should say. Noctowl doing its job on this team. That has closed the game strong. Good game, well played to our opponent. I'm telling you guys, I wish I could just run this team for the remainder of Open Great League, but alas, I cannot. And here we go. Beautiful lead. They make a play into a Shadow Nidoqueen. That completely threw me off. And we go into Noctowl. If this ever happens, guys, you want to go into your Ghost-type Sableye, especially knowing that there is an Azumarill lead, so... I just reacted again. Here's why, guys. When I see Azu lead, I think Azu double Ghost. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to pivot into a Sableye to draw out the Noctowl or whatever in the back. So I was ready to go in the Noctowl, and this is where we are now. So, but yeah, we just have to slow down a little bit. Yeah, you definitely want Sableye on the poison type. But we do grab both shields. That's beautiful. And we're just going to look to take out this Nidoqueen here. They're going to go for a move here. We're going to let this go. We don't know what else they have in the back. We would rather take this shield advantage moving forward in this matchup here. And this is just another resisted poison fang, so we let this go, no problem. We're just going to swap to clear these debuffs anyways back into Lanturn and hope like heck that we didn't throw this game by going into Noctowl. We didn't. The worst case scenario would have been a grass type in the back, and they don't have one. They have a G-Fisk in the back, so very interesting team here, and we will do just fine here. Preserving that shield was key. I'm glad we did. Gonna fire off Surf number 2 here. The first one did big damage. This one's gonna do big damage as well, and we cannot farm down. We're gonna have to make it to a third Surf. Gonna shield this out of caution, or no, let this go. Wow. We were feeling really brave there. Holy smokes, I don't know why we did that. My goodness. Oh man, I guess we were just flexing on them. But yeah, they do top left. I can't believe watching it back that we let that go, but good game, well played to them. Oh, this team was absolutely dominating the Open Great League today. It was amazing. For reasons like this, guys, all these Noctowl leads, they are beautiful for Lanturn, and they make a play into a Registeel on the safe swap, so we're going to play this just as we would if they were to safe swap a G-Fisk. I'm going to look to just stay in here a little bit and chip away at the Registeel. And then make the play into Sableye. We're going to let them throw this. We don't need to be healthy for that Noctowl. And make the play into Sableye here. So now this is a lot more manageable for our Sableye. So we're just going to farm up here and go for this foul play. Not anticipating a shield, as they do comfortably tank this. But they do shield. Holy smokes. That was very interesting to see. So we're going to return the shield in kind here and hope like heck that we don't get debuffed. We do. Oh, that is annoying. That's okay. They tried to catch onto a Noctowl. That's okay. So that's why they shielded. They are quite crafty here, I must say. So they wanted to preserve that Reggie. And that's fine. We do fire off that foul play. And because of the debuff, I'm just going to go for this return. Not expecting a shield. I'm thinking they're just using this as a damage sponge, and they are. We're going to preserve their Sableye they didn't throw. Keep that in mind, my friends. We can be just as crafty as our opponent here. We do tank that Shadow Ball. I'm going to throw just before they can get to a Sky Attack here, saying bye-bye to the Noctowl. And they've got a Swampert in the back. Okay, so this is fine. We're good. We don't get to get off a move because they do farm us down, but we've got an answer to Swampert. It's not a Shadow, which means that Noctowl does quite a bit better in even shield scenarios. They tried to catch. I read them like a book, my friends. We are saying bye-bye to the Reggie. Try to catch a Sky Attack on their Steel type. Good on them for that. But we were expecting it just because they weren't throwing their move. If they're going to just try and overfarm like that, they're waiting for you to get to your move, counting your fast moves so that they can catch. And now we just soak all this because they can't farm down. It's a non-shadow, which means that 2 Hydro Cannons do not KO and they cannot farm you down with double resisted mud shots. Just going to pressure that shield and throw Sableye in here to force them to throw some of that endless, boundless energy that Swampert always seems to have. And we knew that they could not farm down. We have a shield. They're not going to make it to 2 moves in time. And we got that wing attack through. So all we have to do is shield this up, and it will be lights out for our good pal Swampert here. We get to the Sky Attack, and it is over. The Swampert has no shields. We are saying bye-bye to the annoying Swampert. And Noctowl has done its job yet again, closing the game in dominant fashion. You love to see it. Good game, well played to them. Oh, Noctowl was handing out the L's left, right, and center this morning. It was beautiful. What is also beautiful are these Alolan Ninetale leads, and they swapped immediately into a G-Fisk. So, team reading. A9 leads generally come paired with a Stunfisk, which we see here, and a Swampert. A fellow content creator recently featured the team, which is why it's seeing a lot more usage, and judging by how fast they swapped out, I'm guessing they're running Powder Snow. and that is beautiful for us. This team is a lot easier to handle if the A9 is running Powder Snow. So what we did, if you're noticing a theme here, my friends, whenever they swap in a steel type, you got to chip and dip. Makes it a lot more manageable. They baited us, and now we're going to let this EQ go, not wanting to go down on shields, and also not wanting to be terribly healthy for that A9. Going to go for the resisted foul play and just get off as much damage as we can here. And with a shield advantage, they're likely going to want to go for a full farm down, allowing us to get to another resisted foul play. You'd love to see it. Every bit of chip damage will help us against this. Alola Ninetales and Sableye getting a fairy type into the red. Holy smokes. And there it is right on cue. Read the team like a book. There's a Swampert in the back, and again, it not being Shadow makes this tremendously better for Noctowl because they can throw 2 Hydro Cannons and not KO you, and still not be able to farm down. They have to throw 3. So we know that. We're just pressuring these shields with Sky Attacks here. Swampert is where the win condition lies for our opponent here. And we're just going to let this go because, like I said, if it's a non-shadow, they cannot KO in 2. They're going to have to throw a 3rd. So now I have to be a little bit careful here. I'm keeping an eye on the switch timer. And what I'm thinking their play here is to grab our final shield, and that Alola Ninetales has a move stored. So I'm expecting a combo play after this shield. I know the switch timer's up, so we are anticipating that, throwing Lanturn in, denying them their combo play. They are not getting rid of our Noctowl with a move stored. Not going to happen. So that was beautiful anticipation by us. Going to just get rid of the Alola Ninetales here, and we're looking good here. That Swampert needs an Earthquake to KO our Lanturn, and they will not be able to make it to both an Earthquake and a Hydro Cannon. So this is essentially over because of our anticipation. We stored that move. Swampert's not getting to another one. Oh my goodness. Had a beautiful day. Denying Swampert wins left and right. We're saying bye-bye to the annoying Swampert yet again. Nothing pleases me more. Noctowl doing the job yet again. Good game well played to our opponent. Oh, I'm telling you guys, if you're struggling in Pokemon Go Battle League, still searching for a solid Great League team, I'm telling you, you might want to give this one a shot. And here we go, Jellicent. You don't see too many of these days in the Great League. It's definitely much more of an Ultra League Pokemon at this stage. And they make a play into a Dragonair, so that threw me off a little bit. Just going to chip this and go into our Noctowl and look to play this out here. It's not a shadow, so we are taking less damage here, but we do want to sort of control the alignment. Seeing this unconventional safe swap here, I'm not sure what else they could have in back. They had an unconventional lead and an unconventional safe swap. Whenever you see that, guys, you want to try and control the alignment if you can. So that's how we're playing this right now, going for these Sky Attacks. Because we stayed in a little bit, we knew that they had the energy lead, so we elected to not shield this. If we had swapped sooner, I think we could have played out the 2s and been able to flip switch, but we just decided to cut the losses, grabbing both of their shields, and now we're going to come in with Sableye here. Expecting a blind throw. And that's beautiful. It is a blind throw, double resistant body slam. That was amazing. But they decided to combo play, and we're going to shield this up again. Not sure what they have. It was a surf bait. Holy smokes. So we're just going to get rid of this Jellicent. A Thunderbolt with stab from Lanturn basically KOs Jellicent from this range, doing big damage. One spark does the trick. They don't even get off another move. And now, oh my goodness, they had a Zweilous in the back. What an unconventional team. Very interesting team. I gotta say, guys, going up against this team today gave me some ideas. I might have to give this one a try. Maybe not with a Jellicent lead, but I might have to try the back line. I've been wanting to run Zweilous myself. So now at this point, I'm thinking it's over. Just trying to chip away slowly but surely. The switch clock seems to be taking twice as long. It always seems to when you need it. It is finally up, but I think it is too little too late, unfortunately. This Zweilous has farmed for days. They get off the Dark Pulse there, and yeah. We were one Shadow Claw shy of pulling this one out. My goodness, that was brutal. But shouts to them for the very creative and very interesting team. We just could not quite get that one done. They threw us for a loop there with that team comp. But yeah, good game, well played to them. And that is the team, my friends. How about it? I'm telling you, Noctowl and Lanturn, easily the best core in the Great League right now. If not the best, the second best behind Metacham and Bastiodon. So naturally, when you have the best core in the Great League, you can pair that with the best safe swap in the Great League, the wins are going to be flowing in, guys. So if you're still looking for a very good team to get ahead in Pokemon Go Battle League, definitely give this one a serious consideration, because it was putting in work for me. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.